Yo, what's up? This is Big Kid, and I don't know. As far as my opinions, I gotta say that when it comes down to people who are down on their luck, especially homeless people, some of them just can't bounce back because they have mental deficiency. They have a mental illness. They might have a mental illness, and they just can't be treated for it. So therefore, they can't. They aren't they aren't mentally stable enough to be able to find work and keep work. They don't have family to rely on to be able to say, okay, well, at least I can have this person here at home, or maybe they just don't have a strong family base at all. Um, they might not have any family at all in general. That's some of the times where it's just like, oh well, shit, you just can't do anything for them. There's not really much that you can do for them, which is the part about our society that sucks. And then you have some situations where you have people who are drug addicts and they're just so far gone, and hell, they probably have a mental illness due to them being due to their drug abuse, their extended drug abuse over the years. Um, you know, but as far as people bouncing back, I have seen people who just constantly just loathe the fucking world, you know, and they aren't even in that bad of a situation to where they're homeless and all they do is loathe their fucking lives. And it comes down to just do something about it. If you have the tools, keep trying. Just do something about it. A year ago, well, at this point I had found a job. I had found a job again. But I'd say a year and a month ago, I had just been dumped by my ex. You know, I was just finding out word that, a week later she had gotten engaged to some stranger she met, some fucking stranger she met on MySpace. When you have something like that happen to you, it kind of fucks with you. But me, it had this effect where instead of beating me down, it made me even more determined to say, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna get back on my feet. I'm going to go out there. I'm gonna pound the fucking pavement. I'm going to get a job. I'm gonna get my life back together. And the next, so that way the next time, I use all of it as fuel for the fire. To burn under my ass to get things moving, rather than have it like it was a big ass chip on my shoulder. I'm carrying around all this weight. Nah, use it as fuel. Instead of carrying around a big ass, think of all of that crap as a big ass piece of coal. Now, would you rather, the more of it is, it's gonna get heavier, and are you gonna load it onto your back and walk around with it as a burden, or are you gonna use it as fuel? You're gonna burn that shit up and get shit moving. And I decided to use it. I decided to say, screw this. I'm gonna get back on my feet. And granted, everything didn't work out as planned, but lo and behold, here I am today with a full-time job, going to school full-time, paying for it myself, got a damn car, almost on my, in about a month or two, I'll be about to buy my own damn music equipment once again to be able to get all that started back up again. Uh, and granted, my situation wasn't as bad as to the point where I was homeless, but at the same time, there are people who are in my situations better than mine who act as though they are in situations 10 times worse than mine. And to me, I think when people, I've had to tell people, like, listen, it's not that bad. You're not in that much of a shit situation. There are people who have dealt with things worse than you. But what it is that you're just not used to having to fight so hard and dig so deep to be able to keep things going. You've always had people there to help you, and everybody can't help you with everything. At some point, it's all about you. It's the same way as if a person is dying. At the end of the day, the doctors can do only so much. But if that person just loses the will to live, then most likely they're just gonna die. There's been plenty of situations where people were just fighters, and they were supposed to die, and they never died, or they were supposed to die a year ago, but they kept fighting, and they would not allow themselves to just waste away so fast, and they continue to live and continue to live. And that's just how it is when it comes to life. If as long as you just know how to keep moving, if you can say, you know what, just to look at things as rather than saying, you know what, things are just done, I just can't, there's no fucking possible way I can keep on going. Just look at it as a fucking speed bump. That's all it is. Some speed bumps are bigger than others. You know, if you have an instance where, okay, you got a job interview and they were interested, but you don't get hired. Well, shit, at least people are paying attention. At least you know that it's to the point to where, okay, well, you can just go take that as an example and say, all right, then, well, all right, what was it that interested them about my application? But what was it that caused me during the interviewing process to not get chosen? Take the positive from the negative. There's always something positive to take from every experience. There's always something to learn to take from every experience. And the problem is, a lot of people don't know how to do it. So if you know someone who's dealing with such a thing, and you know how to look on the flip side, and not just to be so blind to say that there's always, everything's bright and cuddly, and you ain't got to be like that, but just to the point to where you can just help a person and say, listen, this isn't the fucking end of the world. It's not. You're still alive. You're still here. You're still breathing. Life could be so much worse for you. There's even people who have AIDS who said, you know what? No, I'm gonna keep. I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. I'm gonna keep on going until it's literally. There's absolutely nothing I can do. There's nothing within my will, nothing within my power to continue on going. Then it's up to a higher power. And even there's people who have HIV, cancer, who have all these horrible fucking diseases, who continue to live day by day, continue to keep on fighting. And you have people who they wind up getting dumped, and you see them bitch and moan on Facebook, and I can't do anything, and blah blah blah. It's like, come on, yo, seriously, just move the fuck on. Just for your people here in this world, move the fuck on. It ain't that bad of a place. But like I said, this is just me ranting. These are just my opinions, but I'm wondering from everybody, pretty much, have you ever been in a situation to where you thought that you were pretty much on the edge of just not being able to move on, not being able to continue on in life? Either from being suicidal to just feeling as though you're going to not be able to bounce back either financially or socially. And what did you do in those situations? Because everybody has a different story. This is Big Kid. I'm out.